What's up, Canfield fans? Steve Leslie, ysnlive.com. Week 4, Player Profile, Canfield High School, sponsored by Coca's Pizza. They're the proud sponsor of Canfield football. Proud to be joined by senior Andrew Morchak. First of all, Andrew, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Hey, the Cards are off to a hot start. But before we go into football, let's go into the Morchak family a little bit. Went to school with mom and dad. Two outstanding people, I'm sure, two great parents. Let the Canfield Nation know a little bit about the Morchak family. It's a first shot. Give a shout out to the family, some of your brothers, and we'll go from there.
All right. Well, Dad's name is Jim. Mom's name is Kelly. They're really big supporters of me. They do a lot. Always help me out with just a bunch of things, football related and just even with outside of football. And then I got two older brothers, Nick and Chris. They're both one's in college, one's graduated college, and they help me out along the way too, just pushing me, me being the youngest. They're just always got on me, and then they help me out a lot by doing that.
Well, sometimes the youngest is the toughest. There's no question about that. How important is that for you, especially with the pandemic? How important is that family support? I know your mom and dad probably enjoy getting out to watch you. You've watched Canfield football, I'm sure, at a younger age. So talk about how important that is to see family in the stands when, let's be honest, you don't see a whole lot of other things in the fans with the limited tickets.
Yeah, it's nice having that support and just having that that wisdom and that age, experience, because both my brothers, they went through the Canfield program and stuff, and just they know what it's like to be out there. So that's nice to have.
Well, that is nice to have. Do you talk to them a lot, Andrew, after games? Do they, are they the eye in the sky for you? Give you some of the things you're doing well, some of the things that need improved? I'm sure that has to be a huge help for you.
Yeah, after each game, I always go out after Coach Pav talks to us, and I always say hi to him and thanks for coming. But they both, I'm the only one out of the three of us that was on the line, so they don't know. But they'll tell me if I had a good game or not, and just being supportive.
Well, that's awesome. With Andrew Morchak, senior offensive lineman, defensive line, Player Profile, sponsored by Coca's Pizza. We're proud to have them as a sponsor. I know they're proud to be a part of Canfield football. Let's dive into this senior football year. First of all, Andrew, senior year, let's be honest. At a point there, it was not looking very, very promising that there would be football. I guess my first question to you, as a senior, Coach Pav has spoke highly of you as a captain. How important is this season for you as a senior and also as a leader with this Canfield football team?
Oh, it's real important. We're in unprecedented times, and you never know what game's going to be your last. Regular season gotten shortened, and just today I was actually thinking about it. After Friday, we only have 2 more regular season games guaranteed left, and it flew by. So I'm really trying to hold on and just cherish all the days I got left with the team and all the games left.
Well, that's a great answer. And like you said, it is hard to believe that I'm sitting here with you week 4. This football team has gotten better every week. You've played some of the top teams in the area. New Philadelphia last week. I talked with Coach Pav, talked with Chris Samrone, another senior last week. That's a big-time win against a big-time school. Talk about that game a little bit. Obviously, the offensive line played very well again, and your thoughts on a big win over that New Philadelphia football team?
Oh, yeah, it was huge. They're by far probably the best team on our schedule, and all week we looked at the scouting report, and we knew they had two real big interior defensive linemen, and they had some athletes. They had a real big, strong guy at linebacker, and they just – knowing that they've been a historically good football team, we were mentally sharp all week in practice and just brought it, and we were mentally prepared for a tough opponent, and we just came out and we didn't let up that first half, and we kept going through the second half.
Well, that was a great win, no question. Let's dive into the offensive line. You're one of the leaders of the offensive line. The offensive line does not get a whole lot of credit, but without a good offensive line, there's not too many good football teams in our area. Let's go, first of all, shout out some of your offensive line coaches, some of those guys that don't get the credit. We've had Coach Pav on weekly. Coach Hurdley's doing a great job at the defense, but I'm going to let you, as the senior captain on the O-line, give a little shout out to some of your linemen and some of the coaches on that offensive line.
Oh, yeah, all of our linemen, we bond real well. We've got Nick Bowen at left tackle, Landon Russell at left guard. I'm at center. Another senior captain, Michael Minnock at right guard, and then returning senior starter Nick Hugo at right tackle. Then our offensive line coach, Seminaro. In my opinion, he's just like one of those guys. I mean, they just train every single practice, and he is by far probably one of the better offensive line coaches in the area, if not the best. He just knows his stuff, and he just really, really focuses on technique and just a bunch of stuff, and he teaches us.
Well, that's a great shout out to Coach. Let's talk on your end of it, center. That's a key position. You're probably making a lot of calls on the offensive line, doing a lot of things in the pistol formation, a lot snapping the ball. Take the Canfield fans. That is easier said than done when you're snapping a football and you're calling the defenses. Talk about a normal progression for you after you get the play called and you get to the line of scrimmage. Take the Canfield fans through what's going on.
Yeah, so center, first one to leave the huddle because the rest of the line, they get their splits off the center. So you gotta get the play real quick. Make sure you hear it because you only get to hear it once. You got to go up there, get set so everyone else could get set and we could read the defense, and then got to look where they're lined up. Center in our offense, they check pass protections. So if we get a pass play called, then I got to read real quick and see if I got to check the protection or not. And then with Corona, the rule change now after the play, whoever ran the ball has to give the center it instead of giving it to the ref. So that's another thing, aspect to it. They're always holding on to the football. So I'll come off, and then before I go back out for offense, I'll be like, where's the football? Because I got to bring that out. So it's a little different this year, but yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely something that's different for sure. And that's another new thing with this pandemic. But this football team is a very talented football team, 3-0. So we'll dive into week 4. You're going to Dover, who's another perennial power in the state of Ohio. First road game. What are we expecting there? I'm sure it's going to be a little different. Busing, I'm sure, is different. Take the fans through what's going to go on with this first road trip.
Yeah, well, it's our only road trip of the year. It's about an hour, 20 minutes away, so it's a long one. And, we got to get there early because we got to, get there, meetings, warm up. So we got to get there a lot earlier than most people might realize. So, people get out of school. We get out of school at 2:30. And what happened last year when we had a long road trip, we'd get right out of school, go get ready, have a meeting, and then hop on the bus. So it's going to be a nice road trip, long one, but it'll get us ready for the playoffs because we're going to have some there, and we just got to get off the bus ready to play. Can't let that affect us.
Well, I'm sure you're going to be ready to play, no doubt. Canfield Cardinals will go to Dover Friday night, 7 o'clock, YSN Live. That's going to be a big game, but I think this football team is definitely ready to go. You continue to get better every week. Give the Canfield fans on this player profile, sponsored by Coca's, a little taste of what they're going to see from a good Dover football team.
Well, last year when we played them, they got the better of us by 3 points, I believe. They passed a lot of explosive big plays. Very physical game, back and forth. No team really, I would say, had the upper hand at any point in the game. It was just firing back and back. And they lost a lot of people, but that doesn't take away from how good of a football team this is. And they played 2 very good teams, Steubenville and West Fayette or something like that, I believe. Can't remember the name, Paul. I apologize. But they're in PA. So they've had 2 really tough games. And we haven't Canfield High School history. We've been 0-3 going to Dover. So hopefully we're looking to get that first win at Dover.
Well, let's go get the first win at Dover for sure. And you know what? I like this setup, Andrew. You played, I want to say, NDCDL two weeks ago. Had a little payback there. Last week, a new Philadelphia team was very good and got the upper hand there. So hopefully go get week number 1, win number 1 at Dover. And I think this football team is definitely able to do that. We'll be proud to be part of it Friday night. And we wish you the best of luck. But what we're going to do now is we're going to play a little rapid fire. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. No wrong answers. First thing that pops into your mind, we'll roll with, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go. Andrew's favorite color, Gatorade.
Blue by far.
Okay. See, this is a lineman. I like it. Andrew's favorite food.
Definitely pizza. I'm a picky eater, so I'll just love pizza, pepperoni pizza.
Okay. Often, yeah. Okay, so best favorite pizza place.
Cornersburg.
Okay, Cornersburg Pizza. That's a good one. Favorite class you've had at Canfield so far?
This class is pretty unique. I don't know if a lot of schools have this, but it was a sports literature class. The
Okay.
impact of sports, and Coach Koenig, our former baseball coach, taught that. So that I enjoyed that class a lot. That was fun.
There you go. Love Coach Koenig. One of my big time favorite guys right there. All right. Favorite college football team?
Michigan Wolverines.
Wow. Michigan Wolverines. The Big Ten is back. I'm seeing in October. That's good to see. Michigan's had some down years, but that I expect them to turn it around. I really do.
Yeah.
Favorite pro football team?
I don't really have one. I'm a big college guy. Not
Okay.
really pros. It's just I don't think it's the same to me. I just don't get the same enjoyment.
There's nothing better than college football on Saturdays. I'm a Browns fan, so Sundays really aren't very good for me most of the time anyway, so we'll leave that there. Andrew's hype music before a game.
I like to think I have a wide variety of taste in music, so I'll go anywhere from new rap all the way down to 70s rock. And just
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, last one. Your biggest role model in your life up to this point?
Definitely my father and also my mother. They've just taught me so much and helped out a lot of the way.
Well, that's a great answer. Your mom and dad, again, hats off to them. Great people. I know they're proud of what you do. We're proud to be a part of Canfield football this year for the first time. You have done a great job for 4 years at Canfield, and we wish you at YSN the best of luck. Let's go get win number 1 at Dover, get win number 4, and keep this train rolling and show the boys in Dover how we play football here in Youngstown. Thanks for joining us, and once again, you represent Canfield High School very well.
Thank you.
All righty. Have a good night.
You too.